been in your car on the way home. You gotta sing that.
I So you stood there on the corner with your suitcase in your hand, ready to quit this place. There were just too many people with too little left to lose. You were just one more face, but you were not born to give up easy. You were not raised to just lie down. And you saw the sun that rises up for more, over and over. And you watch the waves that wear away the shore, over and over again. And if there's any justice in this world, you've gotta keep fighting on, over and over. Oh yeah. They say God always forgives us, but can we forgive ourselves if we let our hope die? 'Cause the passion is a weakness, and the silence is a strength.
Hey, I'm available, let me know what's up, John.
So we've gotta climb the highest mountain. We've gotta shout for all to hear. That rises up for more, over and over and over, and we'll feel the waves that rest.
They say life is what you make it. I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you make it, yeah. But I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just what I'm made of, yeah, yeah. They say life is what you make it. But I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you make it, yeah. But I'm a
Quan. And Quan is dancing again. Quan, be your ass still. Quan gets into the music, but that's okay, because Quan keeps me motivated. And that's what I like. I like to be motivated. Guys, if you can see me and I can see you, we got half the battle won, because we live to fight another day. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Amen again. I'm just saying it's in the building. We are totally excited. But I guess I'm always excited because I try to lean on the positive side of everything. I'm that person that I try to find the positive in everything, because it's so easy to let the negative energy take you over. And that's why when I get around somebody negative, I got to get you out the way quick. We're going to find a way. I'm going to be nice. I got to find a way to get you out my way before the energy take me. Because I can't.
You got step on?
I got to move. I can't mention his name. Yeah, I can't mention his name, but it's because, he went to jail for some stuff. Nobody want to call his name no more. But sometimes I used to step in the name of out, to get him out the way, But now I do it my mom's side. I treat him with a long handle spoon. Because I can't let you mess with my energy. Speaking of energy, I can feel it. I can feel it. You can feel when love is in the room, or in the Zoom, as we say. We can feel when we got love, and it makes us really even more happy and excited. I got my boy, big homie Quan, with me in the building.
What up?
If it happened and Quan don't know about it, you might want to check. It probably really didn't happen. I don't know how Quan do it, what he do, but Quan has gift of finding out anything I want to know about anybody. I don't care if it's in the sports. I don't care if it's in music. I don't care if it's in TV. Guys, y'all might want to try to figure out how Quan do what he do. I don't know how he be maneuvering like that. I don't even want to know, because I don't know if it's legit. So I'm going to just keep myself on this side. And I tell people that Quan comes with a rating. He's a grown man. And as K. Michelle say, when they already grown, see what I'm saying? You can't raise a man. He already grown.
Hey.
So I leave it there. But now with me, I got me. With Quan, I just let Quan do Quan up to a point. I can reel him in when I have to, but a lot of times I just let him go, let him flow. Ross, Ross Johnson, we got him here. This is our special guest host. We got him in hanging with us. I love to teach the people. I like to teach these young men and women. And Ross is very interested, so we brought him in. We let him come in and sit in and have a little fun. But he didn't even know, nor did Quan know, did I know that we were going to have somebody so wonderful to come in and sit beside us. And people think you say things because they are doing great things. As far as we have Chad Bell.
Hey.
Now,
Welcome. Thank you.
yes. And
Time out.
see, that's what I'm talking about. Because see, people would think, because Chad does work for the Clippers, development coach, and you know what? I gotta say this. Can I please? Because if I don't, I won't give you your kudos, and I want to give you all your jewels you've earned in life. Now, I read and heard, little birdie told me, that you're one of the most sought after for your position. You go, boy. You go.
Thank you. I don't like to take any credit. All I do is work hard and spend my time trying to get players better. And I let the chips fall where they may after that. And my biggest inspiration is the youth. Inspiring the youth. That's why I created Timeout with Chad.
And that's what we're gonna talk about.
People out there. Hashtag Timeout.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to inspire the youth. And I'm just so elated to be able to be in a position to inspire and advise.
Now, when you said that that's why you created Timeout. Now we're getting somewhere, guys. I know you want to talk to them. We're gonna ask them 1 or 2 questions a little later about the Clippers, but they're gonna be there. It's a good team. They got a great guy. They got a great coach, development coach. So I want to know from Chad, because for him to have this kind of position, and he has a hell of a podcast. I'm not just saying. I'm gonna put emphasis on hella, meaning it's darn good. It's really dynamic. And I really took the time last night. I'm gonna tell you something, Chad. Don't take it personal when I say your voice is in my head, because I just mean that I was listening, you know what I mean, and listening. So until when I fell asleep late last night, it was still going on in here. So I was getting all the jewels and the diamonds, even in my sleep.
Yeah, right. You went to bed listening to Timeout with Chad Bell. You went to that inspiration, and you woke up with that inspiration.
Seriously, you're saying that and you're being funny, but to be honest, I was nervous. What you're doing with it is so good. And it wasn't nervous because I do this all the time. I get nervous when I get around like-minded people, but people that really get it, that want to share the knowledge, that want to make this world better, want to help the future generation. And when you run into that, you get nervous because you wait for it for so long till you don't know how to act when you get, in the presence of it. And what? And why? Because with everything you got going, somebody else would say, hey, bro, you got it going on. Why did you create this show and with Timeout?
Well, I wanted to take some time out because I felt like there was a gap. There was a gap that was evident to me that somebody needed to step into. And I tell people all the time, I created Timeout with Chad Bell, and it's not about me. Timeout with Chad Bell is a God-given assignment. It's a God-given assignment because the youth, the children, they're our future. And for me to be in a position where I'm at, I'm working in the NBA, coaching these terrific, outstanding athletes at the highest level in the world, it will be selfish of me not to give back. And I got a passion for the youth. So I wanted to create something where the youth can tap into and be inspired, and hear first accounts of the road, the journey. A lot of the youth out there, they're out there working on their craft, whatever it may be, not even just sports, it could be any kind of arts or whatever kind of skill that they have. They're just doing it how they know best. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I wanted to create a platform that they can go to and hear personal accounts and stories and get a roadmap to even tighten up even more their journey. So it was a God-given assignment. And shout out to my producer, Lori Muslow out there. We sat down and great minds think alike. And we sat down and we just came up with the idea that we need to focus on the youth because they are so important. And nothing like this exists out there in terms of the focus, and that's the youth. So I just want to take that time out to create this platform. And like I said, it's not about me, it's all about the youth.
And you just want to make sure that, because I was listening, you want every. I think to me, I'm asking because I can't say it. I want because this is what you're doing, your assignment. But I'm feeling that when you're doing this, each thing you're doing, everything you're dropping is for the youth of today. Am I right?
Yes, it's for them, and it's not just for them to listen, it's for all people, no matter where they are in their life. But in terms of the next generation behind us, it takes a village. Each one teach one. I've been through experiences. You've been through experiences. Fellas, you've been through experiences. If you're not giving back and helping that person behind you, you're not helping to encourage or push progression. It's all about progression. We go through our experiences to influence others. So this God-given assignment, I had to take the lead on, and I had to hop in. And it's not about me. It's all about the youth. So I was very, very fortunate to be able to take this opportunity and take some time out and create this this wonderful platform. And the show is bananas. It's taking off like crazy.
Yes, it is.
So make sure you check that out and go listen to Timeout with Chad Bell.
Since you told them that, I want you to tell them where they can listen to the show and all your social media platforms where they can follow you, please.
You can find the show on, it's a network on YouTube. It's called UBN Go. UBN Go Network. You go on UBN Go Network, type it in on YouTube, my show will pop right up. Also, we're on all available platforms from Apple all the way to Spotify to iHeartRadio, I'm sorry. And then also my Instagram is Coach C Bell. You check me out on Instagram. I have everything on there. And then I gotta shout out my co-host. Shout out to Deshaun Curtis. Deshaun Curtis is major.
I was gonna ask you about him. I was gonna ask you about your coach.
He's major in the basketball world. He's responsible for a lot of individuals going on to play Division One. So he's been doing the groundwork for many, many years, putting in that work. And he's also a heavy hitter in the Los Angeles scenes for real estate.
And then also, is that why you chose him to be your co-host?
Yeah, me and him, I got to know him about 6 or 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I watched him work with the young man and give his time and devotion to him, and that inspired me. I needed somebody like that on my show because we're all about devoting our time to encouraging and influencing the youth, these young people, so that they can get some mentorship from some leaders, so that they can on their journey come up with a formulated plan to help them. So I had to have Deshaun, and then I had to have my other co-host, Carlos Clemente, who's a longtime sports broadcaster. He comes from a great family of individuals in terms of sports. He comes from a family of, baseball players, and he's a former baseball player, and he very young hopped into the broadcasting scene. So he comes with a lot of knowledge, he comes with a lot of experience. So I definitely needed to have him on my show because you need you want the young and the older experience, because he's been much farther than I have. So I'm learning from him. I take time out to be inspired by him. and it all comes full circle.
I like that. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we are talking to Chad Bell. We're talking to him about his
Hey,
show he
I
created
would Bill,
yes, that leaves me
check it
kind of
out.
speechless. But please check out Timeout with Chad Bell. Please don't worry. You know how our show works. By the first thing, by the end of the day, tonight or early in the morning, you're gonna have all go in descriptions. All of Chad, you'll be able to get right to Chad's show. You will be able to get to Chad through us and with everything that he's already given you. And make sure you know that you can watch this over again. Please, if you're just tuning in, he's already said some great things. So I'm glad that you can go back and watch because, guys, what really gets me is when he's saying that how he personally picked his team, his host. He's the host, a co-host, and another co-host. And they were already doing this. I'm like, wow, you really had an assignment and you took time to make sure you cherry pick the best for what
Yes.
you're trying to do. And parents and young people, please make sure that especially if they're in sports or just dealing with life, because all of it all comes together and it takes a village, as he said. And I always say each one reach one, and he says each one teach one, which is the truth. So what we need you to do is please tune in. Tune in, tell a friend, tell everybody, and tell them to sit down and listen to it with the children. And this is because it's that kind of show. It's a lot of fun, a lot of great guests. And the most important part about it is he is dropping some diamonds, some emeralds that you're gonna need, that the young generation is gonna definitely need to get navigated through. Behind the scenes, we were talking about that with Chad, as we were talking about Timeout with Chad Bell. We were talking about navigation, and it was amazing the way he broke it down. I'm gonna let him do that. And it just really, it takes me over as a mother and a grandmother. I mean, we're not finna talk about that. I ain't that old and I ain't that young. But this is why, Chad, you see these young people here with me. Because I'm like you, I want to make sure I look out for them. I want to make sure that I can be around with them and guide and navigate them. You know what I mean? And I tell them, if this works, you guys are gonna run it. And so I get what you're saying, but again, guys, at a time when we need it most, you're out there doing it. You stopped, like I said, and took a timeout to create Timeout. Now tell them again, who told you to do this?
This was a God-given assignment. This was nothing I set out to do. I never set out to do a podcast. I never set out to do a show. But like I said, there was a gap that needed to be filled. I constantly, in my line of work, obviously, the NBA is very popular league, one of the best sports league in the world. So I constantly, at times, get emails, I get DMs, I get, people I might recognize me in the public, younger people. Hey, coach, hey, what do I have to do to make it to the NBA, or what do I have to do to get better as a basketball player, or hey, coach, I want to. How'd you become a player development coach, or they always ask me these questions. So I take time out to have them conversations, and it just makes me so passionate when I have these conversations, and that gap was there. So I said, now if I do this with these individuals, now how can I make this available to others? Because I do have a lot of time where I just I'm engulfed in my work. It's a long season, so I don't have a lot of time to just do that as much as I would like to. So that's why the show had to be created. So now it's there, to pass along and pass on. So, I want your audience uh, to just go to UBN Go on YouTube. Make sure you like it. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share it. share with the young people. It's not just young people. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family because it's going to spread. It's just going to spread. It's like it's going to travel through the airwaves, and it's going to do nothing but inspire and help people. And it's going to eventually, even if you giving it to a peer, it's going to eventually touch the ears of a young person, and they're going to be inspired, and they're going to be able to add something to what they've already been doing, and it's going to get them there more efficiently.
I think, Chad, that a lot of colleges in the basketball department or sports department should really grab your show and let the kids listen to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because they're in a crucial part of their lives.
Mhm.
That's, when you talk about college, that's the last step before you in full-blown adulthood.
Mhm.
So every single decision is crucial in college, from, decision you make every morning, what you eat for breakfast, the decision what you do with your time. I got wonderful guests that come on my show. I had Alizea Blockton, who was a former all-conference player at Marquette for the women's team. She talked about time management. This girl, you got to check out that episode. The episode is coming out in a couple of days, and I won't give I won't give away the episode. But I wanted to know, like, Alizea, how did you manage to be an all-conference player at Division I level and an All-American academic student athlete? So she went into the whole spiel about time management. So that's just one element that, when you talk about college, time management is huge. So I'm giving everything I got to this show. It's true gems. It's true gems, and it also helps our leaders. What should you be talking to when you're leading these young people? Or are you just sitting on the log every day and not saying stuff to inspire? So if you're going to be around me, you're going to get some inspiration. So you get to be around me every day, listening to Timeout with Chad Bill on the UBN Go Network on YouTube, or on the Apple platform, or on Spotify, or on iHeartRadio. So it's there, and you can press play anytime you want to.
Yeah, you can do like me. You can wake up with him in your ear.
That's right.
That's
right. Get up and get it.
Get up and be ready. You're right. You're right. It gives you an edge. You be ready to get on that grind. You be ready to, and for a young lady like me, I'd be ready if I was ready.
That's right.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I truly enjoyed your interview with John Sally. I'm gonna take a minute, if you don't mind. I'm gonna grab a little bit of time out with Chad Bell and show people a little bit of the John Sally conversation, just a minute or two, if you don't mind.
Let's do it.
And we're going to come back and talk about it. Give me 1 second.
Career.
Thank you. That was wonderful. I like that. I need to have you work for me.
Hey, I'm available, let me know what's up, John. We could do some work together, brother. I'm glad to have you on the show today.
Oh man, it's my pleasure, man. I look forward to it. I'm in my studio, but for some reason, my stuff didn't quite get where it needed to be, so I had to, improvise with this cell phone. Sorry.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. Well, we have you here. That's the most important part.
But John Sally looks so young.
Well, like I said, he's huge on, taking care of yourself. And I won't give the episode away, but young people, if you want some good advice on what you should be doing now, please listen to the John Sally episode. He blew me away with the stuff that he was saying. A lot of people get in their mind, oh, well, I'm young. I eat whatever I want. I wait till I get a little older and start eating better. It don't matter. It won't affect my performance. It matters. So this episode is off the chain. It's one of the best interviews on out there, in my opinion, in terms of the focus of the youth. So please go out, people out there listening, please go out and listen to this episode. I will tell you this. I've listened to the John Sally episode about 20 times.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
You might say it's your own show. Are you trying to hear your own voice? No. I am so inspired by that episode that I get something. You talk about gems and jewels, diamonds. I get something every time I listen to it. I had people text me, email me, call me. I had somebody call me and say, that episode changed my life. I'm about to change my eating habits. I'm going vegan. This is serious. Please listen to this episode. It's amazing. Somebody texted me and I almost started crying. He was like, hey man, I had to look myself in the mirror after listening to that episode. I have to change my life. Like, it's serious. It's the real deal. Check out
Guys,
Timeout.
you have to. I wanted to show you, but I did want to show you, but I want you to really watch it. Please watch this episode with John Sally. Please. And every bit of it keeps you're interested. There's not a dull moment in the interview.
No.
Not
John's
one dull
amazing.
moment.
Shout out to John Sally if he's listening.
Because you know, and with this, how well do you know John?
Career as a stepping stone and on several different occasions through some familiar acquaintances, and career as I always would run into John at a vegan restaurant because he's a vegan.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I'm not a full-fledged vegan, but I do eat a lot of vegan meals. So he's super cool, super down to earth. He's just a great person.
Good deal. But y'all act like y'all were longtime buddies.
Oh yeah, it's that connection, it's that synergy.
Yeah, because I thought that you guys had been buddies and friends for such a long time. So that's why I asked that question for real. Again, guys, if you're just tuning in, I want to make sure that you guys catch that episode that Chad did with John Sally. As I said, it's not just sports. So everyone needs to watch that, okay? Everyone.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at health.
You see, I got a message and it says, great first episode. I just finished it. I may have to try this vegan thing.
Wow.
Nice.
People are hitting me up like crazy, I'm telling you. And he says, I wish you all the success. Keep shaping your craft. And always remember, practice makes better. That's for the kids. That's for the youth. I'm getting hit up like crazy. I mean, it's
wow.
You know, and respect to you and your show as well, because I understand it's all about building stuff from the ground up. You know, we're gonna rise together and rise above and bring everybody with us.
I love that. And I love that you said that, my brother, because that is the way we are supposed to be. Mm-hmm. I tell people, you know, right now we're enjoying the climb. I'm not looking up, I'm not looking down, I'm staying focused, one step at a time. And I tell people, when you get to the top, it's a lot of room up there. All we got to do is reach our hand down.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's enough room for everybody to win.
It is so much
that's
room.
What it's all about.
That is exactly, and you coming on to talk to us, you know, about Timeout, you know, because it's a great show. Again, the reason I'm saying it is because your show is so much substance that you have to know that you did have a calling, because again, your job is busy. We talked about this in the back room before we started, that you have a extremely busy job. Yeah. So for you to take time out to make sure, take time out to make sure that the youth and everyone, but most importantly, the youth get the message and pick up the jewels, because you're bringing people on that some people won't have access to, and as you say, they won't get a chance, some of them, to meet some of those players or people that you're bringing in. John Sally did that to come in and sit down in that interview was really great. And I'm telling you, when they sit down, they're not gonna want to stop. They're not gonna want to get up. You're not gonna move. You're gonna want to stay right in because again, you think these guys have been friends for many years.
Yeah.
You know, through the joking and the funness, but the jewels are there.
Hey, this show is gonna bud the careers of doctors, lawyers, professional basketball players, football players, tennis players, all walks of life. It's going to inspire people because they're going to get a plan. They're going to get an everyday plan now instead of just walking out with blinders on each and every day trying to figure it out. This show will give you that strategic, exact, precise plan. We had a wonderful guest on our show, former NBA player, former collegiate All-American Craig Smith. This is a guy who, when he played in high school, he had just a couple of low-level Division I offers out of high school. This is a guy who wasn't ranked in the top 100 in high school. He wasn't nobody's favorite. He wasn't even the conference player of the year in his basketball league in high school. But guess what? He went to college and became an All-American. And he talks about his story and what he did every morning. Listen to that episode to understand why he made it, what he was doing every morning when nobody liked him, when nobody wanted to recruit him, when no colleges was calling him, when he wasn't nobody favorite, when they said he can't do this, he can't do that. He's an undersized. He's too short to play center. His body. He need to work on his body. Guess what? He was doing the work when nobody liked him.
Wow.
Guess what? He was doing the work when everybody liked him. You add it up.
Doing the work when nobody liked him, doing the work when everybody liked him. He didn't stop, was what you're saying.
Yeah, listen to that episode. This is a guy that made nothing into something. They talk about taking lemons and making lemonade.
Ooh, we know about that, don't we? The lemons and the lemonade.
He made champagne. He made champagne. This is an NBA draft pick, 2006 draft pick. Could barely get somebody to offer him a basketball scholarship out of high school. Check out my show, Timeout with Chad Bell. Oh, it's real. It's real.
We're telling you, check it out. You already know if Chad is behind this, it's going to be something great going on with it, and you're going to enjoy it. Again, he's already let you know some of the people that he's had on the show, and he's gave you just a little bit. I wanted to show you a lot more. I'm not going to do that. I want you to go watch. And then I want you to take it, and it's easy. Go when you're on YouTube and you're watching it, click that share button, and you text that to as many friends as you can text it to.
Pass it out. Post it on your socials. Post it on your Twitter. Post it on your Instagram. Go on my Instagram page, Coach C Bell. Put it on your storyline. Hashtag Timeout with Chad Bell. Hashtag you. Hashtag mentorship. Hashtag.
Just keep doing it.
It's just so important.
And guys, I'm telling you, we really did talk before we came. We talked in the back room, and he's a 100%, 150% great guy. Chad Bell is a great guy. He gonna have me doing this all the time. Time out. Now I'm just saying. But Chad gonna have me saying, "Look, time out, man. Let's take time out."
Hey, we take it every day. You gotta take some time out. You gotta take some time out every day. You gotta take some time out. You gotta take some time out to focus. You gotta take some time out to reset your mind. You gotta take some time out. That's why my show, it's called Timeout. You gotta take some time out to come up with your plan. Gotta take some time out. It's so important.
And see, he just told you where the title came from, why it's called Timeout. Now I know we all thought it was just because of the basketball and they first, with the timeout. But he's also telling you got to take some time out sometimes to reset the clock, to reset yourself.
Yeah, you owe it to yourself to take some time out.
And then what's amazing.
You can be on your journey and you can think everything is going well, but are you taking time out to reevaluate where you at, how you can be better, what you can do differently? Sometimes you can be just going along and just going with the motion. Take some time out. Take some time out.
That's deep. That's deep. Because as he was just saying, that's why he did this. It's deep because, like we saying, a lot of people would think this is just because of basketball, and then his guests and what they're talking about, like John Sally, he's going so much deeper and surpassing just the dribbling down the court in basketball. He's
Mhm.
going into life lessons, life adventures, life your goals in life, like I said, time management, all of these things that you're going to need to be successful throughout your life, even surpassing the game.
Financial literacy. I had Jonathan Martin, former NFL draft pick, former college football All-American at Stanford, talking about health and wellness, which is a major discussion in sports. Check out Timeout with Chad Bell. He's breaking it down. He's breaking it down from the little bitties from, Pop Warner football all through high school, going to college, his NFL experience. He played in the NFL, highest level of football. He's talking about the importance of sports wellness, mental health. That's a major discussion in sports, and it's so important. It's so important to make sure that you aware of your mental health and your state of mind. It's so important. So we got so many. I mean, it's going to get better. We got guests coming on my show that I can't even tell you about. You just got to stay tuned.
I
So
love it. I love it.
you gotta make sure that you subscribe, because it's going to be some guests where you say, "Whoa," you know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to brag and say, I like to brag a lot of times when I'm in on something before it becomes hot and popular and all that other stuff. Just to think about the first listeners of whatever your favorite show is or that's out there, and to be able to be on the ground level. I mean, this thing is going to just take off because it's going to be able to inspire so many. And so I'm just so happy about it.
I'm just happy you did it. We're just happy you did it. We are truly just happy you did it. Gonna pay some bills.
It was a God given assignment sent down from him, and I just accepted it like I should have, just like you've accepted your assignment in doing this show.
Mm-hmm.
It's going, like I said, it's going to spread like wildfire.
And I know my guys are sitting back. They got a couple of questions they want to ask, so we can let you go because we know you are busy, and we're gonna allow you to take another time out from us and reset the clock for the rest of your evening. So we're gonna definitely let them ask a couple of questions each, and then I want you to make sure that we need you to tell people what you want them to take away from what you're doing with Timeout, and I'm gonna ask you to give them a great thought that you want to leave with everybody. Okay, Ross, go ahead and let's give the wonderful Chad Bell a couple of good questions.
First, Chad, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. I've got a lot of respect for what you're doing. One of the things I want to know is, can you just take us through like an average day in your life? Like, what do you do so that you're prepared, mentally and physically to tackle a day?
Well, first and foremost, I like to wake up and, let's start the night before. I like to make sure that I get the proper amount of rest, because when you work in the NBA, you work very long days. I've been blessed and fortunate to form a relationship and a partnership with Newcom, incredible company. Through our partnership with Newcom, they have an incredible technology to increase and encourage sleep and sleep restoration. A lot of the athletes out there in the NBA and in these professional leagues, Major League Baseball, NHL, things of that nature, Olympics, and so on and so forth, the travel is very strenuous. So a lot of times you're traveling across different time zones, you're losing sleep because you're bouncing around and your sleep schedule and your sleep pattern is off. So I've been lucky and fortunate to having a relationship with Newcom, Nucalm, and they've been able to help me with the technology. And I've been able to get better quality sleep. So on any given day, I just like to make sure that I get good quality sleep. I throw on my new I throw on my use the app and it has music and sounds that give me in a deeper level of sleep. And once I wake up, I feel good. I feel refreshed. And then I'm immediately, I meditate and I pray and I start thinking about my day and what I have to tackle on. So I love to start my day with a good meal, something that's nutritious, that's going to be able to get me through and give me a lot of energy in the morning. And I like to, when I take my kids to school, I like to spend some time with my kids because my travel, during the season we travel so much, so I'm away a lot of times. So anytime I have a chance and we're at home, I take my children to school, I have conversations with them, and I try to inspire them. And I like to get to the facility a few hours before practice to get there early, and I get my workout on. You know what I'm saying? So I make sure I get in there and I stretch. I get in there and I get my cardio in, I get my weights in, and I stretch. And then from there, I'm in, I refresh myself and I renew myself. And then I begin to focus on the task at hand for the day, whether that's film study, where I study some film. And then I look at my assignments for on the court with players. So I'm able to get on the court with players that I'm assigned to. When you work in the NBA, when you're a player development coach, you're typically assigned to, some players where you work with them individually and also collectively sometimes, and you're focusing on the skill development piece. And you're able to build with their skill development based on the results of statistics and also the amount of playing time, and then also the film piece. And then you also have a list of goals, strengths and weaknesses, and you execute a plan in which you're able to execute that plan on a daily basis, getting that player towards his goals. So, before practice even starts, I'm on the floor about 2 hours with the other coaches getting ready, wrapped up for practice, and then we'll have a nice practice for an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on the day, or an hour or so. And we just get after it, you know what I'm saying? So we get after it, and then after that, we continue with the individual skill sets after practice where we work on different things. And, and I'm summarizing it, but that pretty much wraps up your day in terms of, what you do from, that early morning into like the afternoon, about 2 or 3 o'clock. And if that's a game day, we'll probably, around early afternoon, we'll shut it down. And then from there, we have the game day stuff. So we'll go to the arena downtown and, we'll begin our pregame shooting pieces like around 4:30, about 3 hours before tip. And we're on the floor for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours before tip. So it's a lot of work and a lot of stuff that goes into it. And, some days are different than others, but that's a typical day when we have a practice and a game and you spending that time, honing your craft. The players are honing their craft, and then me as a coach, I'm holding my craft as well.
Wow.
Right on. Yeah, no, that was awesome. I know you said like you were summarizing, but I love those details in there. Especially like just hearing about like all the preparation you do, and like just when you were talking about building your team for Timeout, right? Talking about getting people who were who have a little bit more experience than you, and then some people right around your level of experience. I was just thinking when you were talking about that, like that's how championship teams are built. Like think about it.
Here, Carlos Clemente.
Hey,
How you doing, brother?
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm
Good
wonderful.
to see you.
Good to see you, man. Fair enough, so my feet too big.
Oh man, we talking size 15?
I'm a size 17.
Guys, if y'all just coming in, Quan is talking to him about.
I got some yachts. I don't got boats.
Oh man, I'll be mad to get a foot in my face from you. Just straight, just.
I love that shoe.
Can you hear me, Quan, y'all?
Oh yeah.
Great. If y'all are just tuning in, Quan is really talking to Chad about shoes. And he's telling me like Kobe Bryant.
Speaking of shoes.
Here we go.
Boom.
Ooh.
But you ain't got these.
Where you get that? Hey, where? I love that the colors, man.
Hold on, that's just a quick little flash. Can't show you. Boom.
Okay,
You
those
ain't
are
got
clean.
these.
I like
those are
those. I like
nice.
those.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love
I like
them.
those.
That's a little something. And then I got on these today. Like I said, these my
Okay,
favorite.
classic lows.
Classic love.
Lows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Little something, little quick, little.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, those are my questions, bro. Hey, I just had. It's like I love the host. I love what the guest hosts do, but they say, hey, you can't control the
Give him one more question, Quan. Give him one more question.
One more question. All right, one more question. Here we go. So, I know you work with the Clippers. Put together your best starting five from the Clipper system.
Oh, I'm an LA boy too, so it runs deep for me.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a tough one because I have a lot that I absolutely love.
Hey, you can do starting 5, 6-man. Any role players.
I'm gonna go positionless basketball.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say Lamar Odom. Then I'm gonna go. Oh, Danny Manning.
Okay. That's a good front. That's a good front court right there. That's a very good front court.
And then I'm gonna go. My first year here, we had Griffin.
Okay.
And then I like my first year here, we had Paul. And I gotta start all over. I gotta have Kawhi and Paul George. Like, come on, bro. Gotta have them. And then I gotta have. I was here with Paul, so yeah, I have him. And then I'm gonna go Lamar Odom and Danny Manning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to do that list too because I didn't mention Mark Jackson.
No.
Shout out to my boy Darius Miles. I didn't mention my boy Miles. I didn't mention my guy Sam Cassell.
Yeah.
Didn't mention
Ron Harper.
Harper.
I'm just saying we can. Hey,
and I'm about to show my age a little bit here. Even though I was young, I remember it. Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, he about to show his age just a little bit because he remembered. Okay, guys, what we're gonna do now? Because we could hold him forever because he has a great personality, just great to just talk with. He's like somebody that, like the neighbor next door, you just know him. So, guys, you already just know Chad, so you might as well just go to timeout. You might as well just leave a timeout. So, what we're gonna ask everybody to do is drop some jewels so we can get out. Let Chad like he said, he likes to get prepared for the next day. Ross, give us a jewel for today. We're going to let Chad have the last word out because he is the man of the hour and because we know that we are all going to be going from here to tune in to an episode of Timeout with Chad Bell. We really are. And everybody that leaves this show is going to do that. The John Sally episode, make sure that as you're watching, share it, hashtag it, all of those things. Give them something they can feel, Ross.
Keep an open mind. Being closed-minded, not willing to think outside of the box, and not being open to hear others' ideas, it doesn't get us anywhere. So, hey, keep it simple, and I just say, hey, keep an open mind.
Love it.
That's what's been on my mind today.
I like it. What you got for him, homie Quan?
You know what? Lately, I've been working on understanding and breaking down what the ego is and isn't. So I'm going to give you one of the quotes from, what I've been reading. Understand your ego, break your ego, and know that the progress you make will be beyond your ego.
Good deal, guys. I don't change mine. It's the same from when I started. Knowledge is your power. It is your power. It is definitely powerful. That is something no one can take from you. But love is everything. And if you don't have that in your heart and the knowledge to know that love is everything, you're in trouble. So I want to make sure that we learn that you don't have to like someone. But I was always told from being a small girl going to church with my grandmother, I want you to say a Bible first. I don't have one. Say God is love. She didn't know that would be the most powerful thing that she could tell me, because once I heard that, I realized that if God was love, that was everything. And I stuck with that, and I believe in that. So I don't have to like you, but I love you. Now, Chad, I like you. Give them something, Chad. Leave the people with something beautiful and amazing that they can feel that Chad Bell left them with. A great thought.
Well, I want everybody out there listening to take some time out and realize that you are in control. You are in control of your destiny. Nobody can determine where you land at. You determine that each and every day with the decisions you make. So make the right decisions, come up with a plan, and execute every day. Stay focused, stay in the tunnel. Don't listen to the people on the side that are not saying the positive things about you and for you, and keep stepping and striving and going forward each and every day. And without a doubt, if you want to be left with a plan, and you want to be inspired, and you want a vision, and you want to elevate where you currently at, please subscribe to Timeout with Chad on the UBN Go Network. Timeout with Chad Bell. Come holler at me. Send me a DM. Follow me on Instagram at Coach C Bell. Also on Twitter at Coach C Bell. Peace and love, and God bless you always.
And then lastly, Chad, leave them, please, with one great thought about sports.
Sports it's not about the ball. It's not about the instruments used, the bats, the tennis rackets, the cleats. It's about the relationships and the experiences and the lessons you learn from sports. So you take sports and you can build it around your life, and you end up having friends that you'll know until you leave this earth, and developing relationships that you will have till you leave this earth, and you'll learn life lessons.
Great Chad Bell, guys.
Thank you, Chad.
Booyah! Timeout. We got a timeout, guys. We're finna take a timeout. Chad, you have a beautiful rest of your evening.
Thank you.
My love to your family and kids, and please know that anytime, any day, any minute, you have a space here.
I appreciate it, Dionne. Appreciate you, Ross, Quan. Thank you. I had a great time. You guys are wonderful. I wish you all the much more success.
Guys, we about to take this time out with Chad Bell. Y'all have a great one now. Much love. I'm just saying this out. We had a great time, guys.
Thank you.
Peace.
All right, good deal now.
This is a crazy world. These can be lonely days. It's hard to know who's on your side most of the time. Who can you really trust? Who do you really know? Is there anybody out there who can make you feel less alone? Sometimes it's hard to make it on your own. If you need a place where you can run, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'll always be your friend. When you need shelter from the rain, when you need a healer for your time and time again. When you need someone to love you, here I am. If you have broken dreams, just lay them all on me. I'll be the one who understands. Just take my hand. If you have emptiness, you know I'll do my best to fill you up with all the love that I could show someone. I promise you, you'll never walk alone. If you need a place where you can run, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'll always be your friend. When you need shelter from the rain, when you need a healer for your pain, I will be there time and time again. When you need someone to love you, here I am. Everybody needs somebody who they can pour their heart and soul into. If you need a place where you can run, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'll always be your friend. If you need shelter from the rain, if you need a healer for your pain, oh, I will be there time and time again. When you need someone to love you, here
When I think of home, I think of a resting place. A place where there's peace, quiet, and serenity. A journey I'll never forget. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home. I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. When that makes the tall grass bend into me, suddenly the raindrops that fall, they have a name, sprinkling the sea, makes it all clean. Maybe there's a chance for me to go back now that I have some direction. It sure would be nice to be back at home where there's love and affection. And just maybe I can convince time to slow up, given me enough time in my life to grow up. Time, come on, be my friend, and let me start again. But you know what? Sin be my word, bound and changed the taste, but I still know where I'm going. I have had my mind spun around in space, yet I watched it growing. And oh, if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe the things that we see. Tell us, should we try and stay, or should we run away? Or would it better just to let things left to me? Oh, living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy. But it taught me love, oh yes. So it's real, it's so real, it's real to me. Oh, that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love like yours, smiling down on me, giving me very much. When I think of a peaceful world and joy all around me, that we share can never be taken away from me. I just sit and I think it gets all down in my bones. I can hear my spirits telling me, what do they say, y'all? They say, what? Police, see I wanna sing, I wanna shout, I wanna tell you what my home is all about.
They say life is what you make it. I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you make it, yeah. But I'm a legend in the making, yeah. I know just what I'm made of, yeah. They say life is what you make it. But I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you make it, yeah. But I'm a legend. Well, I'm a legend in the making. I know just what I'm made of. They say life is what you make it, yeah. Well, I'm a legend in the making.